Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu ala nabil ummi. When we think about our personalities and how we are perceived by others, we would generally have a number of traits that we describe ourselves with. So someone might say I'm serious, others might say I'm very jolly, happy person, and they'll use different traits to describe themselves. And that is completely fine because every human, they'll have their dominant traits. But what gets really tricky is when a person aligns himself with a certain quality and they're not able to let go of that quality even though the religion demands it. And that's where it becomes like a conflict of interest almost between a person's own ego and the religion and the demands of the religion. So a person would feel like, oh no, I'm not like that. For example, let's just say a person describes himself as generous. And now there's an opportunity where he's being demanded to spend in a haram cause by friends. So now you would tell him, religiously speaking, it is not good to spend in this cause because it's a wrong cause. But the person would say, no, but I'm known as a generous person. So I do not want to be known as a stingy person. So I'm going to go ahead and spend. So there, what happened was the person made that terrible error of aligning himself with a certain traits, and now he's not able to back out. So rather than making ourselves very strict in limiting our growth and saying, no, I'm this one type of person, then we're basically limiting our ability to adapt to different situations. And religion demands different types of qualities at different times. A person at times will be demanded to be very harsh and strong. So that would be the best time when a person is being very lax on himself in sins. So at that time the religion would demand him to be harsh on himself and withdraw from sins and be very strict with himself. And then other times a person might be demanded to be generous, to be kind, to be very calm-toned. For example, when a person is giving da'wah. So at that time the Quran very emphatically mentions that we should do that in a very nice tone. So now the person is not able to make sense of that. So he feels like, oh, no matter what happens, I will keep my tone very harsh. So, well, that's not going to help with your da'wah purposes. And then one more example I would give would be if a person has this preconceived notion that to be religious, a person has to be very serious. So now when they see a religious person smiling, they would say, well, that doesn't look so religious. Or vice versa, which is a very strange phenomena in itself now. Every religious person has to be like a happy, smiling person. And it's sunnah to smile. Yes, that's 100% true. But now when you see a religious person angry, in the right context, some would say, no, you can't be religious and be so serious or angry. It's not nice, it's against the sunnah. So basically they have restricted the sunnah to a few traits, and now they think religion has to be within that realm, and you can't see the opposite traits. So I think the easiest way to summarize all this would be like water, as in conform and adjust to the demands of the situation according to the religion. So may Allah give us tawfiq to understand, and may Allah make it easy for us to see the Quran as a guide, as a self-help book, so we can constantly improve ourselves. Jazakallah khaira. Assalamu alaikum.